Hi, this is a walkthrough video of the bookshelf reading log. Please note that the colors, designs, and fonts may change as we update and improve our templates, but the core functionality of this spreadsheet will remain the same. This spreadsheet is designed for avid readers or anyone wanting to track their reading journey. It allows you to log books, set up personalized bookshelves, track your reading progress, and just really see a quick overview of your reading journey in the dashboard. You'll find it especially useful if you want a well-organized digital library that keeps all of your books' details in one place. The spreadsheet has 6 tabs plus a setup tab, with the reading log tab being the heart of it all. So let's start with the setup tab. You are going to use this tab to set up the genres, the formats, and any custom bookshelf labels. This is a one-time setup and ensures that your choices are consistent across the spreadsheet. You can change everything in this setup tab except this one right here where it says finished. This is part of a formula. The formula will break if you do change the wording here. Everything else you are able to change. The only thing is that for the pink ones, do not add anything else under here. Just for these columns right here. Now for this one, and this one, you can add as many as you want. For the genre, you can add up to 30 different genres in here. Let me show you now the reading log tab. And this is, like I said, is the core of the spreadsheet where you can log each book, its details, and the reading status. And the data you enter here flows into the other tabs. So here you can enter your book information. This is just a number. You don't have to change these. Here you're going to insert the cover image. To insert an image, you're going to go to Insert Image, and you're going to insert an image in cell. Inserting the image in cell, it will ensure that this image will show up in the other tabs, and I will show you how and where. Then here you're going to select the format of the book title, the status, if you've finished, if you're currently reading, if it's to be read, the TBR means to be read. The DNF means did not finish. It means for some reason you abandoned your book, and later in this log I will show you where you can enter the reason why you did not finish. So let's say this one was finished. Here you're going to choose the genre. If this is a series, you're going to enter the series detail in here. If it's just a one-off book, it's a standalone, then you're going to select this one. If it is a series, you can enter here the series and the number. So I use the Harry Potter series as an example. If you want to see the book title, you can freeze this column, these rows over here. So you see when I hover over to this part, there's a little hand that shows up as a pointer. Just grab this, just click, and then select here, and this you can drag it so you can still see which book is being referred to. Here you're going to enter the publisher details, the release date, and the publisher. Here you're going to enter the author details, the name, and the country that they're from. And then here is going to be your start date and finish date. If you haven't finished the book yet, you're going to leave this blank. You can see here in the progress that it didn't finish. The progress bar will show green if you completely finished your book, or pink if it's still in progress, and here you will see the percentage of your progress. And if you have a book in here but you don't have a start date yet, this is going to show as not started. So this one is to be read. You know you want to read it, but you haven't started that yet. So this is empty, and then here it will say not started. If for some reason you did not finish the book, you are going to go here and you're going to select over here. So you're going to input the details why you did not finish the book. You can select a checkbox, and then here you can select the choices. So for example, if this one was an audiobook, here you're going to enter the audiobook details, and here is the hard copy details. And for this, you're going to enter the number of pages and the current page that you're reading. And for the audiobook, you're going to enter who is the narrator, total of minutes, and the current minutes that you're at. Now here, for example, I've bought audiobooks before, or the book came highly recommended, but I just couldn't finish because the narrator's voice was way too boring. And it happens, right? And that's okay. So I didn't finish that, and then I entered the name in here This is fictitious, just by the way. But then you can enter the name in here so you know next time when you are going to buy an audiobook, you can come back here and refer back and be like, yeah, if this is the narrator, then I'm not going to be buying because I know most likely I won't be finishing it. Here is some review details. If you did finish the book and you want to review, just check over here and then you can enter review here. I'm going to grab a Harry Potter one. I'm going to say this. So this one is counting as finished. Now, what will trigger the progress bar is going to be the current page that you're at. So here, for example, the audiobook will be triggered by the total minutes. So for example, if you did finish this book, this will be over here and that will be 100%. For the hard copy details, it's a number of pages that will trigger. So let's say, for example, you finished reading this one, and then you can go ahead and enter that you read all of the 870 pages. Now it's going to be marked as completed. And then you can go ahead and enter your review in here. This is a great book. This is a content trigger warning. You can enter the reason or the trigger warning in here. Here you're going to have the rating. So you can rate the book in here. Here you're going to enter a book summary. If you double click, you will see here, there's a book summary. Here you are going to assign the bookshelf. For the bookshelf, it's this tab right here. You're not going to edit anything in here. There are 4 bookshelves in here. And you can select the books that you want on the bookshelf. You can rename the bookshelf over here. So if you rename it Thrillers, then you can go here. This is going to be named Thrillers, and you can add all your Thrillers book in here. Now you will see that when I changed the name over here in the setup tab, the books that were here disappeared, and that's just because in the reading log, the ones that have been assigned to bookshelf 1 are now not there because you changed the name. So you can just go ahead and change this to Thrillers. So 1, 2, 3, and then when you go back here, the books are back in here. Each bookshelf holds 32 books. And you will show the first 32 that you assigned in the reading log. You can move them to the other bookshelf or you can delete that. And then in here, you're going to open space for more. You don't need to assign all of your books to bookshelves. But if you do want them here so you can quickly see all the Thrillers book that you have. Next, you're going to have the book lookup tab. This is exactly what it says. It's a quick way to find a specific book in your reading log by selecting the tiles from a drop down. So you can select one book at a time and then all the details from that listing will automatically show over here. Let's get the Harry Potter book. This one, it says the progress, it's 100%. It has been finished. You will see the book image in here, which is why it's important to insert the image in cell on this here. Like then here you will have the title, the author, the genre, the number of pages, the rating, if the ownership, if it's owned, if it's a borrowed, the date that has been published, the format, start date, end date, and the duration. Duration will always show in days, so that's how many days it took for you to finish that book. And this will only show if your book is finished. So this one, for example, it shows over here that you're currently reading, your progress is at 63%, but then it doesn't have a rating, right? Because you didn't finish, it doesn't have an end date, and it doesn't have the duration. And again, that's because you didn't finish the book yet. And down here, you're going to see the summary of the book and you're going to see the book review and a favorite quote if you chose to add that to the reading log also, which is over here. And if you have a favorite quote that you have from the book, you can just enter over here and then it will show in your book lookup. This is the book of the month tab, and this tab is just for planning. You can add books for each month to create a lineup for the year. And this just helps you stay on track with your reading goals. So all you need to do in here is select a book from the drop down. Which book do you want to read in January? Which one do you want to plan on reading in February? And so forth and so on. You can have one book per month in here. Of course, you can read more, but this is just for you to plan at least one book a month. Once you are done reading the book, you can select in here and it will change colors. Next, you'll have the digital library. In the library, you have this filter where you can select books based on the genre, the status, the format. If you want to see only the books that you are currently reading, you're going to select only the currently reading. If you want to see all of your fantasy books, you can select over here, and these are all under the fantasy category. And then you can search for all of these, romance, or you want to search just for romance. This is the only one. Dystopian, you have 3 over here, and so forth and so on. The library will display up to 99 books. You do not need to edit any of this. There's formulas in here, and here it will show the total search results. And last but not least, we have this cute dashboard. This tab just gives you a high-level view of your reading stats, such as the number of the books read, total pages that you've read, the genres that you explored. You can search over here 20 books by status, so you can see the first 20 books that you did not finish, for example, or 20 books that you're currently reading, or 20 books that you have finished. Here you have these cards showing how many books you did not finish, how many books you did finish, total pages that you read, average book length, how many pages you've read per month, an average in 2024, the average of days that it took for you to finish a book. Here you have a little reading habit tracker. Every day that you did read, you can come here and you can check this. The stats over here will show the message. So right now it says start reading today. If you did read, you can come over here. It will show how many days you have read. And then here, when you do complete 30 days of reading, it says congrats, you've read for 30 days. When you're done, you can just select everything. Just press the space bar, and it will unselect everything. You can start the new month. Here it will show you the most read genres. So you can see here that your most read was fantasy, followed by thriller, dystopian, so forth and so on. Here is how many total different genres that are in your reading log. Here is going to show you the book by status. So how many finished, did not finish, to be read. It's just a little breakdown for you here. Here are the book dropouts, the ones that you didn't finish and the reasons why you did not finish. This is a little map of the books read by author nationality. It's just a cool stat to know. Here you have a 4 stars book. If you change here, you can see a list of all your 5 stars book, all the 2 stars book, and so forth and so on. Here you're going to see how many books you've finished per year. So in 2023, you finished 3 books. In 2024, you've read up to 6 books so far. Here is the book ratings, a quick view of the breakdown. Here is the books that you finished, how many books you finished this year, and which months did you read them. And that is it. With this bookshelf reading log, you have a streamlined way to track, review, and enjoy your reading journey. Happy reading!